All right, folks should be able to see us, hear us, in the proper extension, smell us. You don't want that extension.
No, you really don't.
Yeah, say hello, everybody, so we can find out if people can hear us well enough.
Hello?
Oh,
Hello.
Hello?
Yeah. All right, all right. So we are back with some BX Dungeons and Dragons,
Oh,
and
yeah.
Darby is kind of squished in his window up there, but Jeff has returned, and so we are back with
Yay.
BX Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh,
Let's go through and just to introduce characters again. Richard, who you playing? What level are they?
Oh, I am playing Fig Jam the Magic User, and I am definitely a level that is a positive number. I am level number 6. Yes. Isn't that fun and exciting?
Nice. Dion.
Yes, that's me. I'm Dion. I'm playing a C, the level 7 thief. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah.
Okay. Jameis.
hello. I am playing Jalen Rayhall. Somehow he's level 6. Don't know how that happened. An elf priest that is also multi-classing into ranger.
Fair enough.
Nice.
All right. Bill.
hey, buddy, my name's Bill. I am playing Radnor the Large, or as I may start calling him, the Radnor of Many Lives. He is a 7th level magic user with 17 whole hit points.
No fractions there. Entirely whole hit points.
You have
Jeff.
the same as my current.
Returning with.
Darby. So I am Jeff. I'm playing Darby of Stonehill. He's a level 7 dwarf. So he's a dwarven champion by his title.
Yes, I'm very much a champion. So, who remembers what happened last time?
In the Hollow
that's
Earth.
the question. Yeah, yeah. You
know,
were in the
Richard
Hollow
was
Earth
just
a few
telling
games
us
before
about-
that as well.
Richard was telling us off stream how much he remembered.
Yeah.
Richard, do you want to remind us?
If you didn't listen the first time, I'm not going to repeat it the second time.
I did drop in the notes section. There is a handout for the God speech.
The God speech.
Yeah. So if you do not remember what you all heard whispered on the winds right after the army that was about to overtake you on the pyramid was obliterated, there it is. Because, it's
I know
good to
that-
remember things like that.
I note that there are things in that weren't in my version of it.
Yeah, because I edited it when I told you to fit the thing changes I made, unfortunately. So
Ah.
Do you want me to do a dramatic reading?
go ahead.
Yes. So, the God speech. The voice said, "Listen carefully. None born of the far world have breathed this air since I carved these mountains. None before you and those you seek. Here kingdoms of your dusty past live again, and creatures you cannot know swim the oceans. Through powerful magic we protect the weak, but now that magic is imperiled, this world and your world are imperiled by those you seek. Lightning bolts strike again, there's a crash, and on the stone bowl, 3 sharp dots appear, like little blast craters. The voice says, find them."
Stone bolt? What's stone bolt?
There's the little stone bowl.
Yeah, you
There
guys
wasn't
had
a stone bowl.
Yeah.
Well, there is now.
Yep. So Richard
that-
has the edited version.
Do we actually have the stone bowl? Or is
No, you
that
guys
a big,
had a
huge-
dream, a vision of a stone bowl filling up with
Oh.
blood, and you were going to drown.
It was
Yeah.
black ooze.
Black
that might be
ooze.
blood,
There we go.
but it
That
was
might have been
not.
blood. Fair enough.
I'm
So yeah.
sure it's all fine. Don't
So
need
then
that.
you quickly ran away into the jungles. You found this magnificent city spread out down far below a canyon. You climbed down this long canyon where a very helpful old man helped
And just nice.
helped you down. You found that the city has an exterior area that's been kind of fallen to ruin, and some creatures, some ghoul-like creatures, had overran the area. But there are still people living here. Anyone want to take up with what you found in this pyramid that you're about to breach and why that is? Nope, nope, no takers. Okay, so
We were going to the place because that is where the Red Company was.
yeah.
Yep.
And they took the thing, which, they wouldn't tell us what it was, these people. But they did say they came, they broke the seals, and what was held left inside of them. And we wanted to see, what is this thing? Are there dire warnings on there that we might know and read?
Hmm.
And honestly, I think a case could be made for copyright infringement. The whole Red Company thing. I mean, that's
It's a different
clearly
color.
it's clearly at least a dig at us. So.
Well, they only called them the Red Company because they were wearing red, and we introduced ourselves as the Green Company,
Ah,
even though we're not wearing green.
so that might not be
So-
the name they use for themselves. I guess.
Exactly. It could
Wait,
just be
you
ease of
mean-
use.
You mean to tell me I spent hours grass staining my entire leather armor and there wasn't a dress code where we had to wear green?
Should have clued you in
mean-
when you noticed that nobody was wearing green except for
I-
mainly Galen occasionally.
I stumbled in on them on a middle of a mission. I figured they were loon stuff and we're gonna change back. It just didn't dawn on me. Stupid. They told
I mean-
me there was a dress code when I signed up.
We get that a lot, yeah.
In that you must
My
be
clothes
dressed.
are green, but
Mhm.
that's from the mold.
Yes, yeah. Sadly.
I got some stuff from the guy on that spaceship that was green.
Yeah, that stuff is good. Rolled up and smoked. Excellent.
Yep.
Ooh, what?
Right. So yeah, you were told that the forbidden pyramid that they are instructed to never go into was where the people that had come through prior, that looked kind of like you, last went into. And you also got the idea that they let something out that might have possessed them. Right. So now you're going to backtrack and see what might have happened. So you're led to what seems to be an entrance. It's a very large, solid stone door. There's no handles. There's no. There's definitely like a impression where like maybe tools could go in, but there's nothing that seems like the door splits open or slides, anything like that. No knockers or handholds on it. But what there is a small platform just to the right of the doorway that contains 3 jade spheres. They're about 2 inches in diameter. Each of them rest in a shallow indentation in this platform, kind of arranged in a triangle or a pyramid formation. To the left of the doorway is an identical platform with 3 indentations that are empty.
Perhaps it would be worth it to take the 10 minutes to concentrate and see what's magical.
Okay. How is
I
everybody
just-
hit point wise as well? Is anybody down? Did you want to take a
Yeah.
10-minute breather for your characters, or did you?
I'm good.
I did a bit. Max hit points today. Thank you very much for
Yeah,
asking.
somehow I am too. I don't know what.
I'm
We just
almost
haven't
at
done any
half
fighting.
because some old man tried to kill me.
All right.
Yeah, we
Okay.
were at the top, me and Galen. So
Well, you've got to wait 10 minutes anyway for them to be able to switch their vision over. So during that time, if a C wants to take a short break, you can roll a hit die.
I can't remember which of us gained. Could talk to the people. I can't remember what languages it was they knew.
I think somebody cast a
So-
spell actually.
I have got the spell for languages, which
Yeah, but I thought there was something else as well.
I'm pretty sure I was talking to him.
Oh, it was the
something.
you smoked some stuff, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that
They
got you.
they knew very, very, very little Trollodarian.
Yeah.
They kind of
Yeah.
understood but didn't.
But then you shared the ceremonial weed with them, and suddenly your mind has expanded and you can understand them.
Works for me.
But only as long as you're high.
Who said
Right.
drugs were bad?
So who is
I've heard
shifting
that.
vision to try and see the magical here?
Okay.
I guess I'll do it as well, just to verify what you see, Radnor. In case we something in case we got something going on where trickery is afoot.
Right.
We see different
Sure,
things.
that's a good idea.
Well, you do this. You focus your vision, and you look at a completely mundane door. Well, there's nothing magical about this door, or the pedestals
How's
to
your
either
hit
side,
points?
to the jade
Jesse?
balls. There's nothing magical here.
But put my hand on it. Is it hot? Does it feel any?
When you put your hand on what?
Certainly.
The stone doorway?
Yes.
Feels like cool stone. It's this is a jungle. It's hot here, but it is mildly cooler than the surrounding air.
Okay.
I'm going to do something stupid. Because I remembered I wanted to do this last time, but was prevented because we ended the session. I'm going to look out over the world with my magic sight, detect magic-y thing. And I'm also going to look at the sun to see if that is magical as well.
Yeah. Make me a con save.
Ah! My eyes!
Actually, it's
My
save
beautiful,
versus
beautiful
save
eyes.
versus magic is what it is. Sorry, I had
Alright.
to switch gears for
Oh
BX.
wait, save versus what?
Magic.
Save versus magic. Where are you on this sheet? It's a different sheet to the... Oh, there you are. Spells and magic staffs. That's the only thing I've got on there for save versus magic. So, pew!
Failure.
Oh my god!
All right.
Ah.
Roll a d4.
Yeah, alright, I'll stick with that. Let's see what happens. Meow. Another noises.
Okay.
3!
So for the next 30 minutes, 3 turns, you basically have just an enormous headache that's going to make things a little bit harder to focus. Your rolls are at -1 for the next 30 minutes. It's just an overload. Your perception is just overloaded.
-1.
Well, you know what I mean. Your rolls are 1 more difficult.
You know when you look at the sun
Alright,
too
okay.
long and you get those
Yeah.
little spots, you have like one that's covering everything.
Yeah, it's just there is so much magic as you look at the broader world as a whole that it's very difficult. It's like staring at the sun, which you just did, to be fair.
Bill's just smoking the wacky tobacco,
Yep.
like, man, the
Yep.
world's so crazy, man. It's so bright out
But
there.
there is just a profusion of very strong magics down here. But the door itself and the pedestals and everything you can see, framing, the interest of this pyramid, not
So
magical.
They didn't want to give us any hint towards getting in here. They were just like, don't go.
Yeah, they said that it's forbidden. That's it.
Okay.
If Bill, if you want to try and speak to somebody about how you get in, you certainly can. since
Yeah,
you-
Yeah,
I'll go if the guy I was speaking to before is still around. I'll be like,
That was in a drug fugue that you spoke last time.
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, so if you'd have to continue to smoke if you're going to do that.
Well-
I'm willing to sacrifice for the party.
Well, hold on. Before you do that, you said there was like a thing that looked like tools went in it.
Okay, now you've got on the left-hand side there are 3 jade balls resting in like a little
Yep.
altar. On the other side is another altar, very similar, has the resting spots but no jade balls.
Didn't you
That's what
say
I
on the
see.
door there was like a spot for tools or
No.
something? You said.
Oh, there's like it's not like a solid just sheath of stone. You can actually see where there is a door here that opens somehow.
Okay.
So like there is some
Oh.
like you
Unless
could slide a
anyone's-
tool under
Yeah.
under it.
If someone doesn't, unless someone stops me, I'm going to take the balls from one side and put them in the holes.
Okay. How do you do it? 3 balls shaped in a pyramid.
How big are they? Are they like
2 inches,
I just,
2 inches diameter.
Yeah, no, I just book all 3 up and take them over.
Okay, you pull all 3 at the same time?
Yeah.
Okay. You do notice that each ball does weigh subtly different. Do you put them back down like all at once on the other side? Or one
Well,
at a
no, I'll
time?
be placing them in the hole, so it'll probably be just one by one.
So you are going to place them one by one. Okay. Good enough.
Yeah.
So you do that, and there's a sound of grinding stone, and the doorway just starts to slowly slide.
Ah, my head! Stop that!
It's sliding open.
Yes, sliding open.
Okay.
any like
Right.
smell or wind or anything coming out of the?
It's actually
shelter?
cool. It's much cooler than the outside air temperature.
Ew.
Almost like if you were to step from into a dark cave. It's that several degrees difference in temperature.
Oh my god, they have air conditioning.
See if they have a pool.
Do you want to detect traps or something there, Essie?
Yeah, I'm gonna take my pole and start poking around. Where's detect traps? Find traps.
Like poking around in the doorway, or are you just going to enter?
I'm gonna check the doorway first, because this was way too easy.
Okay, yeah,
So
go
I'm
ahead.
gonna just, well, I failed.
It seems
Excellent.
perfectly fine to you.
Yeah, I kind of take a step back. I'm like, it seems fine.
Yeah, I have an ability in Stonecraft.
Sure.
So I'll look, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Just
Oh,
roll me a
good.
d6. It'd be like 2 and 6 for a dwarf.
I'm liking the look of those
Success.
Okay.
icons there.
Yeah, what you see is like, yeah, there is no magic associated with this. It's a very complicated mechanism that has a counterweight on one end. The jade balls are just precisely weighted to get the counterweight section moving. So a very large amount of stone and a pulley somewhere just slid this thing to the side. It's very interesting engineering, a marvel of engineering, in fact. But it is not magical. You don't really see it. No other trap, anything like that. I'm going to say with that too, though, on the success, you do notice looking on the inside of the doorway, peering at the mechanism, it's going to slide back, and you notice that it's already like there are several cogs and tumblers moving. You probably have a set amount of time to pass through these doors. You also notice on the other side of the doors there are no pedestals or altars in which to put these counterweighted objects.
Okay. Okay, I'll relay these informations to my fellow
I see
party
you've
members.
said that there's no traps. Okay,
Yeah, it looks fine.
I'll go in.
Yeah, I'll follow.
I'll follow him.
I'll go after all of them go.
Okay. Everybody goes
I
in.
mean,
So
I assume Fig Jam follows us.
if nobody else is gonna, worry about trying to get out, I'm
No.
not paying attention to that sort of thing right now.
I'm the door guy. I open doors, so it's not a problem. Yeah, I'm just sort of looking up every now and then because I'm suspicious of something coming up from the top because I'm paranoid. But otherwise, wander in.
sure.
Hey.
Yeah, you can go in. It looks like this is essentially just one large room that's subdivided into smaller rooms by brick partitions supported with stone columns. There's doorways in each of the partitions. They look like they're made of simple wood, no locks.
My intention at the moment is to simply just walk forward to get an idea what the layout of this place is like before
Okay.
I go into the
Yeah.
small rooms.
I'm just going to reveal the whole thing. This is really
That's what I'm doing. You guys can do what you want with it. I'm just sort of wandering off. Boink.
So a few moments after you get your bearings and Galen walks forward, the stone door grinds closed behind you.
I'm expecting that.
With no mechanism to, well, apparent,
From this side, no.
obvious.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we
Okay.
would have seen how thick the stone is. At the worst case, blast our way out.
Yeah. It's like a good foot thick. It's a very
Yeah,
thick
I'm
slab
not saying it's
stone.
easy. I'm just saying that's why it's worst case.
Yeah.
Out your magical amulet so you can see in here. I guess.
Oh yeah, you guys can't see, can you? Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, you guys still have those little lockets with the light
Your
spell.
light spell.
Yeah.
So I assume you're using those. So there you go.
I'm
So
not. I haven't turned mine on. I'm still trying to get rid of this headache.
So again, just to get you the impression here, if you'll notice, like at the corners of each of these rooms, there's a stone pillar that goes from floor to ceiling, and then the walls are just basically just bits of wood, so they're not like proper rooms. They're almost like cubicles. So like
Hey,
the whole
Jim, I can
area
give-
is just one huge room with several of these square cubicles kind of dividing it out.
Hey, Fig Jim, I could give you some of this stuff I shared with the tribesmen out there. That might help your headache a little bit.
I'll try anything.
All right, I'll give him some of my herbal concoction here,
All right.
and of course
Uh,
I'll have to take some too, just because I don't want him to feel like he's alone. So.
Of course. Of course. There's only so much of it to go around, though, man. Yeah, it's your headache really doesn't ease any. But interestingly enough, you find that kind of shimmering at the edges of your peripheral vision is very much like if you were looking into the magical, but it's kind of a lesser, less precise version. So, like if you kind of turn your head and use your peripheral vision, you can kind of catch auras like you can when you're sensing magic.
Okay.
And what's up here?
It's a passageway going down. If you want to explore that out, this is essentially
Well,
just
I can
another.
at least see down there.
Yeah,
There's
it's just another stone stone door.
Does it
Okay.
look like there's been any other traffic any foot traffic on the floor?
The area is remarkably not dusty. There is like a faint breeze blowing through here. You're not sure where from, so there's actually air circulation. And while there is some dust around, it's not so thick that footprints in the dust are really noticeable. If you want to give me a D6 roll, you're human, so like on a 1, you might find something.
All right, might as well.
While we're in here, can
No.
I make a hear noise check to see if I can hear if there's like any noise of activity through here? Because I'm assuming it's just quiet.
It is. It's very quiet.
There's 5 people moving
Oh.
about.
But no one's
Yeah,
really
okay.
talking, so he can kind of, he can
Yeah.
subtract out the sound of you moving, but you're not hearing anything other than that.
Okay.
And those are doors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, the ones that are kind of tinged in red, as you're looking at them, they are wooden racks resembling like stair steps, and there are skulls, clean skulls laying there.
Yeah, I want to get a sense of this place from a religion point of view, as a sort of religious site and such. What
Yeah.
sort of, can I tell anything about the nature of the religious practices and such?
So where all those little red skulls, I mean, it's basically like, think of it like bleacher seatings, and there's like skulls laying on each of the rising bleachers.
Oh, we're in Mexico.
Mhm.
Oh, so those are all just literally skulls sitting
Those
there.
are literally skulls sitting on like bleacher seats.
Wow.
If you want to see if your religion tells you anything, make me an intelligence check.
Yeah.
Not
Okay.
me.
Nah.
Okay.
No,
Well, the one
this
thing
is
that you
some
notice
Hollow
is
Earth weirdness.
it is a site. The skulls must mean something, but what you're distinctly seeing a lack of is any kind of symbology, a holy symbol, or anything that would make this a site of worship to a particular god. Like there is no symbolism anywhere. There's no written word or iconography anywhere that you see. So it could be a very primitive sort of worship.
Who wants to crack open a door?
Yeah.
Yeah, just tell me the number of the door you want to see, and none of that really needs to be hidden. So
Well, let's start with door number 1.
Which door number 1?
Bottom right, closest one to the entrance.
the one with
This
number
one?
1 written in it.
Mhm.
Okay. So this is divided. Inside is like almost like rice paper sheets, right, that are dividing the room just very subtly. Each one contains a wooden cot, an empty ceramic pitcher, and a stone plate.
Okay.
So
I'll
like
move
they look
to-
like little alcoves for someone just to rest in, is what it looks
Yeah.
like.
I'm just gonna peek in each one. I'll circle around that block and just peek in and
So you're going to check out each of the 4 cells in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's exactly the same. Wooden cot, ceramic pitcher, stone plate. There's nothing personal about, and it doesn't look like anyone has used these in some time.
Alright, I'm like, no, these
Although,
are just. Oh.
Give me a
that-
D6 roll.
Okay. Boop. That's a
Okay.
3.
Yeah, you actually can't tell how recently. The dust in here doesn't look to be disturbed, but there's not much dust either.
Okay. I'm
Anyone
just
else?
gonna-
What's going on?
All clear over here.
Jeff, Darby.
Yeah. Let's go to the second. Yeah,
Number 2? Okay.
Number 2. Yeah.
Similar to 1, but instead of like these thin rice paper or some sort of paper walls, these are very thick walls separating everything out, and these don't look quite as restful. They look more like prison cells because there's iron shackles embedded in the walls of each of the cubicles. Otherwise, very similar. Cot, stone pitcher, stone plate.
Why would they keep people captured in the same area as people are trying to sleep? That's weird.
Mhm.
Efficient practices.
Yes.
Uh,
Non-efficient sleep schedules.
I'll search the room just to make sure that
D6
there's
roll.
nothing. Yeah. Roll the 2.
Okay. You're a dwarf, so you do find something interesting. One of the plates in the far left cell has a chip off the end. You find that kind of interesting, and as you're looking around, you find one of the shackles. Someone had chipped off the corner of this stone plate and had shaped it into a lockpick, very primitive lockpick, and had picked a shackle. Can't tell how long ago that happened, but it's of interest.
Okay. There's there. It seems that someone has escaped from this cell. Okay. I'll get out of that room.
Okay, anyone else?
5, because that's more centrally located, so it looks more interesting.
Gonna check out 5. Okay. This is an interesting room. There are things here that look like they might be of value. There's animal skin, clay pottery, baskets of feathers, baskets of fruit that's been harvested. The fruit are like they're petrified. They've been here a very long time. Give me a D6 roll.
Where's the damn thing? Yeah, can't find it. That one. No.
Okay. There's quite a few. It's all kind of heaped into this room. You don't see anything of obvious value to you, but there's a fair amount of stuff in here. Again, furs, baskets of just multicolored feathers, baskets of little like beads or stones that have been smoothed by tide and water. But to your mind, to your more quote civilized mind, you're not seeing things like gold or jewels or anything in here. But there's
I
quite
was
a bit.
thinking more this is probably where they hold their items for religious practices and stuff. It's their closet.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And that's, yeah.
Are you gonna spend
That's
any
whether I
time?
find out, that's what I'm thinking.
You gonna spend any time rooting around in here, or are you just passing on to the
No.
next?
Not really.
Okay. Bill, what are you doing?
I don't know. This place gives me kind of a weird feeling. I'm gonna stick close to Darby. He'll save me.
Mm-hmm. You're also under the effects more so than Fig Jam, since he just partook and you've been smoking it
Yes,
for a bit.
I'm probably just fine to follow around Darby.
What's really getting you is that magical perception that's just in your periphery vision. It's like the skulls that are lining this area and these bleachers. You're just seeing like bleachers lined with people like cheering, and you turn your head real quick and it's just the skulls there, but just in the peripheral vision it's just like you're surrounded, like you're in a gladiatorial pit with an audience surrounding you. That's just a feeling that you're getting.
You know, it's nice to be appreciated.
All right.
Yeah, imagine
So
what
Fig Jam.
I'm still trying to shake off this headache that I've got here. I'm not really up
Yeah.
to doing anything.
Yep.
I'm grateful to be in this cool, dark place.
That is helping somewhat. Yes. All right. So you guys have been poking around for the last 10 minutes or so. If you see this, oh, actually, you can't see the scale. The scale is every square on there is roughly 2.5 feet. So this isn't a huge area.
No, it's
Okay.
not. It's quite small.
Okay.
Turns out nothing seems to be happening. Don't know if there are any others. I'll just be having a poke and we're heading into the other room. They're not going to search for anything.
Sure. Tell
just
me
see
which
what's
one you're
there.
going to poke over to.
The 6A. We'll go around the 6s.
You're going to go to 6A. Okay.
I'll go to 4.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll bring Ranor and Fig Jam with me and go to 6D.
6D. Okay.
6D.
Well, let's do 6A first. So, Galen, as you poke your head in this room, now you're seeing writing.
Ooh.
There are arcane symbols carved onto the door of each of the of this room. There's paper scrolls made from like leaves of some plant that have etched writing, very symbols mostly, and it's not in a language that you're familiar with. So the scrolls made of these long plant leaves are just wrapped around wooden dowels, and they're put in like almost cubby holes in here. Looks like you found some kind of library.
As in, I'm not searching. I'm not digging through anything. So.
Right. Okay, so that's what you see in 6A. The other thing about this room, this door, each of the rooms 6A through D have carved symbols into them, but there are a few symbols that stick out. So 6A, there's a large head of a stylized jaguar carved into this door. All right.
Okay.
So we'll move on to Dion. C is looking into room 4. These are shelves, and there are a few things lining the shelves that look interesting. There's some knives made out of some kind of stone, flint maybe. There's some obsidian blades, a little longer than daggers, but not quite as long as, say, a long sword. There's stone urns. They seem to be holding ashes of some kind. There are torches, sticks with oil-soaked rags wrapped around them laying. And there's a bunch of red and black robes, hoods, pants as well, that are just stacked nicely, cleanly, laying on shelves. There's also a crystal skull. It looks like a normal human skull. It's clear, see-through crystal.
I'm gonna. How many knives are there? Like the knives
Like a
that you
dozen.
said daggers.
Yeah, like a dozen or so.
I'm gonna take a couple of the nicer looking ones.
Sure. Again, they're
Just
stone blades. You don't think they would last long, but they are wickedly sharp.
Okay, so I take like 4 of them to even out my dagger numbers, and then these obsidian blades, they're like short swords.
They're a
I'm
little
assuming.
bit. They're longer than like the knives, but they're shorter than long swords. So about the size of a short sword.
All right, how many are there?
Same. There's about a dozen of them.
All right, I'm gonna just be like, hey guys, y'all might want to come in here and check this out when you get a sec.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna hang out here and wait and look around until they
bookkeeping
show up in here.
purposes, your flint knives are do a D4 damage just like a dagger.
Okay, perfect.
But if you roll a 4 on your damage, they shatter. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, too much force will cause them to break.
Okay.
The blade, again, D6 like a short sword. What is your alignment?
I am neutral.
Okay.
So the obsidian blades you said are what?
Like a short sword, D6.
Okay. Alright, so I'll take one of those. And then I just want to show them to everyone else, so...
Sure. Darby, you took Fig Jam and Bill with you to check out, or Radnar with you to check out 6D.
Yeah.
Okay. So 6D, the animal on this door. If I can find it, give me a second. A hand clutching a sword. And like
Huh.
these symbols don't, like, you can see written, what you assume is like a written language as well, kind of like hieroglyphs, but these big images that fill the door don't look the same. Like this is obviously a sword in someone's hand, whereas the written language is not that precise.
Okay.
I can't remember who found it out, but the hieroglyphs that we saw in the bowl were Nithian runes.
Mm-hmm.
Do these look the same as that? Would whoever saw that before make that connection?
No,
Okay.
the rune language is not Nithian.
I'll push the door open.
And again, you're seeing like these rows of cubbies, cubby holes with these long leaf parchments that have this symbolic text all over it, not in a language that you understand.
Okay.
And about that time, you hear a sea call out, saying, "Guys, guys!"
I'm alone and afraid.
Oh, boys. Boys.
I'll go meet him.
Yeah, I'll head over there too.
Tagging along.
Hmm.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
who's
So you
lining
see
it
this
up?
room of implements, of stone weapons, some ceremonial robes, and this odd crystal skull.
Just like, guys, look, I found some like cool knives. I show off one of the obsidian blades that I'm now keeping, and I show all the rest of them. There's some knives here I took. Like, there's some robes. These are nice looking robes. We could dress up and like look like we belong here or something, I think.
So Radnar
Like-
and
Detect
Fig
magic
Jam.
still up?
Radnar and Fig Jam, both of you guys make me saves versus magic. As like if you turn to look in the room, the skull is caught in your peripheral vision. Richard, it's not been 30 minutes yet, so your save is one less than it should be.
So,
I'd just roll. and
Yeah,
see
just
what
roll it
happens.
and we'll
Yeah.
figure it.
say versus magic, you said.
Save versus magic. No problem.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
+1 wouldn't make it.
no problem.
Nope.
Okay, yeah, so something, I mean, like, something doesn't feel right about the skull to you, Fig Jam, but, otherwise you're fine. Radnar, however, is stuck, like, he's staring at the skull, just full on
As it with
staring at it.
Radnar and skulls.
Roll 1d6 for me, Bill.
All right.
It will
Okay,
become
so
a skull
For the
again.
next 8 rounds, you're just going to be staring at the skull.
Okay. Pretty cool.
All right. That's Radnor being Radnor.
Like space
Wow.
rat.
Yeah, there was this really cool skull too. I noticed Radnor's kind of staring at it, but like, look at how cool that is. It's like fully see-through and like it looks like a real person's skull. Like, what can I take it? Can I take that? Is that treasure?
There's something off with it.
Mm, no.
I don't know what. But it's
I
not
will
making my
not
head look
touch
any
it.
better, but it's not making it any
Well,
worse.
it belongs to the temple, so it looks like a fairly unique item.
So we put the robes on, so we belong to the temple, and then we take it. We're taking it to polish it.
Yeah, and again, so you guys see these stone knives, obsidian, short swords, stone urns that are filled with ashes, torches, the ceremonial garb, and then this crystal skull.
Can I investigate those ashes or show them to someone who might know
Yeah.
that stuff?
Anybody that
or-
wants to look at the ashes, make me an intelligence check.
Oh, I'll try.
Oh, I want to go look at 6B because it's
Mhm.
just so many turning looking around the realms.
I would, but I'm busy looking at this
Yep.
skull, man.
I'm gonna have to
Happy.
go over and sort of wave my hand in front of her.
Yep.
In there? Knock, knock, knock,
Man,
knock.
This
Okay.
skull's so cool. Looks like it should
Dave's
be in like
not
a
here.
movie.
People outside looked superstitious. I would not touch the skull.
Oh,
What
I
happens
didn't
if we
touch
just
it.
push on Radnor? Ah, get out of here! Come on!
6B has the image of a hand reaching out to another hand, not quite making contact.
The main thing actually I'm looking for just is to see if it's anything, because we know the Red Company came through here, so I'm only looking to see have they. We're looking for signs that they've been here and they've disturbed something.
Make me a
things like
D6.
that. If it's just normal sort of, oh yeah, there's just stacked up things, or whatever.
Make me a D6.
But I'm
roll.
trying to find out what they're looking for. Look,
Everything seems to be neat and ordered. All of the
yeah,
plant leaf parchments are in their cubby holes. There are a few laying out on the table, but that was the same from 6A as
Yep.
well.
and so yeah, I'll go to 6C and 7, and pretty much that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for evidence of them more than I'm looking for things
Okay.
to steal. Unlike some
Then,
of us.
so you've tried 2 of them so far. So, for 6C, go ahead and make me another D6 roll.
What's this image?
It is a hand clutching a stalk of corn.
Okay, so animals, trade, agriculture, and the other one's weapons. Nope,
Okay.
5.
Don't really notice anything.
Hmm.
And then you weren't in 6D when everyone else is, so you can go to that now, and that's the hand holding a sword. You can roll me a D6.
Wow. Hey, I finally got something.
Yeah, unfortunately, your other party was in here, so you can't tell if it was them that moved stuff around or not. And of course, they were several people, so you're seeing, disturbance in the dust. Unfortunately, you can't tell if it was them or was here before them.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there are a couple of the rolled parchments laying out more so than some of the other rooms.
Ooh, Darby, what did you touch?
Nah, don't think so. Looked around. I didn't touch much. Not the parchments. I don't understand what's written on them.
Yeah. If they didn't pull anything out, then there appears to be more of these laying around, and like they've been unrolled. It looks like some of the dust has been wiped, like someone has recently read through them. So if your party didn't do it, then someone recently has.
They were looking for a weapon, weren't they? Were they? Okay, cool. What the Red Company were doing.
Meanwhile, in the other room, Radnar is still staring fixedly at the skull.
I am pushing on him. Come on, out of the room.
Do I resist being moved away from the skull?
No. Once you're able to break his line of sight, he's fine. Comes out of it. Don't really remember that you were staring at it at all.
Whoa, what happened?
I mean,
We're still searching for that.
You were
Red
just
Company.
fixated on that skull, yeah.
I was smoking too much of that shit earlier, evidently.
Does it look like a relative of yours?
does it look like you did?
Yeah, kinda.
Do you think we should take this with us? I mean,
I think if we could safely do it, yeah, that'd be fun. But there's some like negative, bad stuff going on with that, so I would be leery of touching it myself.
okay. Alright, I won't take it then.
Maybe if we had a bag of holding, we could just pop over it and then not worry about it.
Is there like cloth or anything in this room, or like something to cover the skull, or
You can throw some of the the
Robes.
ceremonial robes over it if you want to.
Yeah, I'll take one of the robes and just drape it over the skull,
Okay.
and then
You
pass out
pull the rope back and
robes.
it's gone.
Yeah, right. Wow, magic. I'm gonna pass the robes around, and I'm gonna just slide one on over everything I have on.
Yeah.
Just
They're
be
they're
like,
pretty voluminous, so like they fit on. They're a little bulky, but yeah, they'll fit everybody. Your shorter characters like Darby, there's gonna be excess leg room. So does
I cut it a
everybody
little
put on these
short for
robes and
Darby.
clothing, or just a C?
They're really comfy.
I mean, it's been. Well, I've lost count. So many months since I last changed my clothes. So yeah, why not?
And
I'll
pants
just-
too.
Just strip off and put on the robe instead.
That's what it counts as a bath, I think, Chan.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, let's wear it.
unless I am misremembering, let me check something before I say anything here.
We haven't been in 7 yet. That's the one room. I don't know what 3 is.
And you haven't had a
We-
good
we can
look
see-
at the door at the very far end either. Just,
No, we're
you
going way
just-
through the temple. And there's we can see 3 on the map, but I don't know if that's anything there that we can actually see. This is just something there.
Yep, never mind. I got my additions warped. I was remembering, thieves have a chance of reading languages, whether they might understand it or not. Not in this edition. Yeah.
You know, doesn't a C as a thief have the ability to use level 4? Well, since level 4, we can read, decipher languages.
No, not in this edition. It's not a thief ability.
We did.
Oh
Yeah.
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 I think so.
Just looking
I
through
mean,
the
it-
skill list.
I
That's
think
why Jazz could read the stuff in the Strahd
And,
one.
and, and Stride module,
Yeah.
yeah. Because he had the readability.
Detect secret doors, surprise checks, open locks, move silently, backstab, climb surfaces, find remove traps, listen at doors, hear noises, pick locks, hide
No.
in
In
shadows.
the actual text. I would copy and paste it, but I can't be bothered opening the manual up. Not under the list of skills. There's something about level 4 and you get this.
Oh yeah, at 4th level. Okay, so hold on. Let's open up the thing for it.
This is new to me.
OSR, yeah.
It's come up before.
Yeah, that's why I was kind of remembering. It's like, didn't we do this before?
Yeah.
Sorry, people listening. We play so many versions of different games.
Just look at what Jeff's holding up. He's got it.
Read languages. Here we go. Read languages.
It's over there.
Yeah.
Fourth level higher can read non-magic text in any language, including dead languages and basic codes, with 80% chance of probability. So, what level are you?
7.
Okay, 80% chance.
Yeah.
Wow.
I have to roll under.
Yeah, so if
Yep.
you roll 81 or higher, you fail.
77,
Okay.
high success.
Tell me which of the library rooms you want to look at.
That first one that he mentioned with all the scrolls and stuff in it, 6A.
They all have them. A through
They
D
all have
all
scrolls
have
and stuff.
I'm closest to 6C, so I'll go there.
Okay. So 6C. The general gist of the things in this room.
Agriculture.
This is the one with the hand clutching a stalk of corn.
Mhm.
The general idea is like it seems the room is dedicated to a particular thought. In this case, giving of your worldly goods to those that have less, like charity. So all the writings here have to do with charitable givings and what might come of that.
Okay.
So like it's a virtue.
Oh, okay.
That's what they want you to believe.
All right. Is there any like scrolls with magic on it, or?
Well, you wouldn't. They're all scrolls on these big flat, leaves.
Right.
As far as them being magic, I mean, you can read them as normal text, so you don't think so.
Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna go next to 6B then.
Okay.
right? Is that B or D?
Yep.
That's a
B.
D above it.
So
D
D.
up here.
That's the one with the
That's
sword,
where-
hand and a sword.
That's the
So
one where I've been looking at things
Yeah, I'll-
suspiciously.
Yeah.
I'll poke my head in and be like, "Hey, I can read this stuff. Like, you got anything you need me to read?"
Yep.
I think they've been spending time here.
So again, you get the gist of it. This room stands for courage, another virtue apparently. It looks like
Okay.
each of these rooms is dedicated to a virtue.
All right. What's door number 6B say
Yep.
in it?
Roll me a d6.
All right. Bing. 5.
Which one now?
6B. The one right.
6B.
Yeah.
There was trading, the hand holding.
Yeah, you've
hand.
already done that one. Yeah, that's the
Oh, I thought that was over here. C.
no C. Wait, hold on. C is the
C is
cornstalk room.
agriculture. D is that's
Okay.
courage. That's
Agriculture,
we haven't-
courage, giving, and what's in A?
A is the animals. There's a jaguar, so I don't know what jaguars represent for them. You got jaguar and you got hands holding. So there was charity, courage.
strength.
Don't know.
This A is strength, the one with the jaguar.
And
Okay.
what's B? So what's the hand holding one then?
The B, hand extending to another one. Hold on, I gotta read through this a little bit.
So,
Compassion.
okay.
Yeah, it's the idea that you're
Compassion.
getting. Yep.
So compassion, charity, courage, and
So roll me a d6 again.
D6. Bop. 1.
All right. So you're reading through and you're getting the general idea that each of these rooms has to do with a virtue, and all the scrolls have to do with those particular virtues. But in this room, you happen to grab one scroll, and this one twigs differently. Some of the just skimming through it, reward the weak with death, end the suffering of the helpless with their destruction. A trusting man is an ignorant man.
Hey, Galen. I found something weird. And I show it to him and translate it word for word to him. This,
That's looking for you.
one of these things is not like the other.
And with that one, I also say that this one that you pulled out that is different, also, like, there was no, dust didn't come off on your hand when you unrolled it. It was
Oh.
recently looked at.
Ugh.
Oh, this was recently touched too.
By the Red Company, probably then, because well, we know they were here.
Yeah.
So they're looking at very specific teachings of this place.
I'm gonna pocket the scroll.
Okay.
We need
Scroll
to find
about
ones they were looking at. So I know there was some in D that they were.
Okay.
And what's in 7? We need to find what's in 7. Have a Darby, can you check out 7, please? We don't know what's in there,
Yeah.
just in case there's something.
Yeah, I'll look at room number 7.
There are several jars and flasks in this room. There's a jar that is full of brown flakes. There's a flask of a clear liquid. There's a jar of a black paste. There's incense sticks. Yeah, it looks like there's a whole bunch of. I mean, looking at it, you would think it's either some kind of kitchen or remedies, perhaps.
We'll see if there's any willow bark for fig jam.
If you guys want to try and find out which scrolls were touched recently in each of those rooms, A through D,
Yeah.
each of you can roll me a d6. Since you kind of know what you're looking for, 1 to 3 would be a success.
No. We are terrible.
Still a little cloudy headed.
So Darby found one.
Nope.
You want me to look through this, really?
It's been
All
30
right.
minutes now. Your headache's all right.
Yeah, I'm still going complaining and
Yep.
going. No, I don't want to do this. Go away.
Oh, you find one as well. All right. So which rooms do you want to say that you two are looking at?
B.
B? Okay.
B.
So the one that
We
you
did A,
find
then
that was
B.
different, well, actually B you already found.
I thought we found A.
No, it was B.
Oh, then
Extended
A.
hand room. So A. A is you find one. I guess you hand it over to a C for him to translate. And this is the room of strength. And this one translates as the true avenger who attacks with tooth and claw, the bastion of strength. The hawk is a symbol of, and you're not able to, it must be the name of a god, Atzatotl. The pretender who flies from danger, the symbol of weakness. So, yeah, that's what you find. And Jeff, which room did you go into? So A and B were found.
Okay, I'll look in
D is the one that Galen had told you that he knew that had been gone through.
Okay. Yeah, so that leaves C.
Okay, well, he didn't find the scroll that was gone through in D. He just knew that someone had been through in D.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, also I'll search D.
Okay.
I'll search D. Yeah.
Right, so this is the room of sacrifice. When a C looks at this scroll, self-sacrifice is foolish unless so ordered by the true patron or his agents. The wise man will not risk his safety for the weak or the useless.
I mean, they got a point.
Yeah. Okay. And what do we do with those jars that are in 7?
Oh, I'll have a look. Does my sort of, I don't really have medical, but yeah, the
Well, if you
Fig
guys
Jam
are in
actually
there,
might know.
both Fig Jam and Galen, you can tell just by certain smells. Like the jar of brown flakes is tobacco. I mean, you know the smell of it. The clear liquid flask smells like a dead fish. No idea what it does, but it smells like a dead fish.
omega-3 oil.
The jar of black paste smells like charcoal.
Right. And it just leaves the scroll from 6C to find.
The incense sticks all smell like. Actually, your characters wouldn't know the fruit, but the players would. It smells like banana.
Okay. Wow.
Smells fruity.
And does it look that someone picked up sun or?
Roll me a d6.
Alright. Okay.
Can't
Four.
tell. Can't tell. Again, there's not a thick covering of dust over anything, so you can't really tell if anything had been picked or moved up. Everything looks orderly.
Can I sift through room number 5 while everyone's looking for scrolls? I'll
Yeah,
translate as needed, but I kind of want to, like, he went in there, I kind of want to poke my head in, I see all the nice stuff, and
Yeah.
now I'm just rummaging.
there's some nice furs. There's, again, baskets of very multicolored feathers. Roll a d6.
Boop, 3.
How long do you stay?
I'm gonna stay as long until someone's like, hey, we're moving. I'm just like, ooh, all this cool stuff. Also, you said there's a basket of petrified fruit, right?
Yeah.
Is this petrified as in the sense of like it's like dehydrated so much it's literally solid?
It's stone. Yeah.
Is there like an orange or an apple, like something that's, or like a grapefruit, something that might be a little bigger?
Sure.
I'm taking a desiccated grapefruit so I have something to yeet at someone if I need to.
Okay. Well, there's two things of interest that you will find that seem to stand out. There's a rawhide, like a leather shield, but it has sharp triangle bits of obsidian all around the edges. So, like, you could use this shield as a slashing weapon. And
Is that equal to my current shield, which is just a regular shield?
yeah, it acts as a regular shield.
I'm
If you want to take it, it does a d4 damage if you use it to slash with.
I'm totally taking it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just obsidian, like
It's
hide.
edged. It's edged in obsidian. It's a hide shield. It's leather stretched over wood.
And you say it's a D4.
It's a D4.
Okay, cool.
The next thing
I
you
love
find is what looks like some kind of digging implement that's got an iron blade on it. It looks like a tool of some sort.
Like a digging tool?
Yeah,
Like a spade?
maybe. Kind of like a hoe, maybe. But it's
How
very.
dare
The
you.
point is made out of iron, and it's chiseled to be very sharp.
Okay, I'll take that. And any other candy I find in here?
Those are just the two things that stand out. Otherwise, I mean, there's some really nice furs. There's all these colored stones that are smoothed from from river water, maybe.
Knocking them all. I'm putting them in my satchel.
Just stealing all the
feathers,
things.
the furs, the stones. That's just going right in the satchel. Like these are nice. Like the feathers,
Like
I
a
can put
pack
on my
rat.
arrows. Like the stones, I can probably trade with
It's like
these
I can't help it. I
people.
gotta steal stuff.
This is all useless. Useful.
Well,
All right.
All right, yeah. You fill your pockets with all kinds of shinies.
Wait, how many fruits are there? You know what? Is it like a dozen?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it's just
Okay.
several woven bowls filled with fruit that have long since turned to stone.
Desiccated assorted
Yeah,
fruit.
there
Got
you
it. I have 12 of them. Perfect. I love this. This is like gold mine for me for stuff. Alright, I'm just
Okay.
like, guys, I found so much cool stuff in here. Does anyone want my old shield? I found a better one. I just throw my old shield out room 5. It just hits that pedestal right here in the middle of the room. Just ding!
Yeah, I mean those are the rooms that you've gone through. The only thing left to really look at is that door at the very end, another stone door.
Yeah. I'll check it.
Okay. Now that you get closer to it, you notice that there are two like alcoves to the left and right, and again you see those little platforms, 3 indentations, and there are the jade spheres on one and nothing on the other, but they're reversed this time. So the spheres are on the right, and the empty ones are on the left.
Okay, hey. Guys. I think I found how to get out from here.
okay.
Are you ready?
Do we care about the scroll in 6C that we didn't find?
I can
That's
give
just
it
it. No one
another
was
look
able
if
to
you
really.
want.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah,
It's once and
okay.
done.
Okay.
Yeah, no one was able to.
The
find
only
it.
other thing I said is there anything at these 3s that we?
The 3 is
we
just
as players-
just the stadium stands with all the skulls on them. That's
Oh,
what it is.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, I just want to double check. There's nothing different in between the rooms in 2, right? They're all because they seem to be like 4 distinct separate rooms.
They are.
Yeah,
They're
got this
cells.
tiny one here.
Yeah, they're cells. But there was
They're the
nothing
cells.
different in them.
All right.
2 was actually the tiny one at the top. 2 was the one that you found the shackle with the lockpick in it.
Right. So, what was in 1 again?
One was looked
Sleeping
like
cells.
like sleeping cells, guest cells. They didn't
Alright,
have the
okay.
shackles.
All right, so that's not what I thought it was. All right. I was wondering because there were 4 different like giving up thing rooms here, and there were like 4 other rooms. So I was wondering if it was like, oh, you need to give up your strength. So 4 is where you give away your weapons to show that you're giving up your strength. And the crystal skull was in there to show that, you know, giving up strength is bad, and you actually sacrifice somebody in there. And you only get the hidden meaning, but it doesn't look like that's it.
Are you trying
Because the
to?
other ones don't match up.
Are you trying to kill one of us?
I can kill all of us by just casting Fireball repeatedly.
This is true. Suicide pact. I'm down.
No. Oh. I want to get out.
Does anybody need a shield before I just leave this here? Because I'm not taking it. It's heavy.
Can't even use it.
No? Alright, well, I got this really cool one now, and I just show off the obsidian bladed one. Like, I'm like a kid in a candy shop.
Taking all the useless things. Yep.
Actually, I'm gonna look at that pedestal. Did he open the door yet?
No.
Did I miss that? Okay, I'm gonna. You said the things are all weighted differently, right? The balls
Yeah,
from
yeah.
before.
Yeah,
I'm
the
gonna
first
see
ones.
if any equate the weight with the fruit and just put the fruit down instead of those
Make me
shiny
an intelligence check.
stones. You got it, because those stones look expensive, and I like that. I'm not very smart though.
Okay, so explain to me how you do this. So on one side you have the jade stones, and they're all in the indentations. On the other side is the indentations without any jade stones. Do you just put the fruit in place?
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna check to see like, because I had watched Galen earlier. All he did was pick them up and put them over in the same corresponding things.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna like pick one up, feel the weight, match the
Mhm.
weight with a fruit, and then like put it in the corresponding spot in the other bowl,
Okay.
and just add nausea for all three of them.
But
Just be
what
like,
do you
okay,
do
these
with
are
the
equal.
jade balls? The jade balls. What do you do with them?
Put them in my satchel.
Okay. The door doesn't open, but you're pretty darn sure that you got the weights almost
Okay.
exact.
So now I'm gonna, remembering the weights and stuff, I'm just gonna see nothing happens and then just replace the fruit with the jades. Because now I'm just thinking maybe it just has to be the rocks.
Okay. So you replace the fruit with the jades, and nothing
Yep.
happens.
Oh, okay. Alright.
Okay, I'll look carefully at the door, the system.
Yeah. Give me a d6 with your dwarven ability, 1 to 3 for you.
Only
Oh,
one.
yeah, you can see the mechanism, like you can kind of trace it. And in this case, both of the altars look like it's like a scale. So it looks like it needs to be equivalently weighted on both sides for it to work.
Oh. Okay.
It just,
Okay.
so,
Maybe if you put the fruit.
Yeah,
the
I'll
right
just
spot.
put the fruit in the empty one now.
Okay.
With the same matching jade weights.
On the other side. Okay.
Yeah.
And that works. Yeah. Once the pedestals are balanced, the stone grinds open.
Huh. Well, I'm
And,
out 3 fruit, but
So it's a descent down. Well, you're also out the jade too, because you had to have them both in.
yeah, I didn't take the jade. I
Okay.
put it back, so I'm just out 3 fruit. I'm wondering how we would. I wonder if I kind of stop and I'm like, do you think we were supposed to take the jade from the opening and put him in here? Do you think like this is some weird like double security thing where the entrance shuts if the inner sanctum's opened, or am I just thinking too hard about this? I'm just addressing like him because he knows about the doors.
Yeah, maybe the door would have closed if we would have taken the first jade balls.
Really curious about this, and Galen's not back yet, so I have an excuse to stall. I'm gonna run back to that other bowl and take the jades.
Oh,
And
that
then-
door's shut.
Yeah,
Oh
that
wait,
door's
it's a
shut.
door in front
Yeah.
of us, though. You're
Yeah.
right. Oh, so no, how would that work then?
Oh, maybe it does because it's on a timer, so you could take it
Yeah.
out to the front bowl.
And then I'd be stuck in there inside.
But I mean, we're stuck inside anyway because we've got no way to open the door from the side. So, I mean, we need those fruits to live and eat for as long as we can until we
Well,
starve to death. in
these
here.
fruits are petrified. We can't eat these. But
I've eaten worse.
fair. Okay, so I'm wondering if like if we could balance some. It's whatever. It's whatever. I'm just gonna leave it. I'm not gonna screw with it. And Galen's back, so we can continue forward. Perfect timing. All part of my plan.
So you leave both the fruit and the jade in the altars then?
Yeah, I'm leaving everything as
Okay.
it is once the second door opened. I'm like, whatever. I'm not
Yeah.
overthinking this. I really want to know how like both in and out of character. Like me and Asi are both like, what? Wait. Like, was the fruit part of this all along? Like,
Okay. Well, in this case, the door does not close after a few minutes like the other one does. It remains open. This is a corridor going down. It kind of turns and twists, but yeah, you're definitely at a decline. You're going down. You also notice that the air is cooler. There's not a breeze anymore, and the air smells kind of stale and humid.
Okay.
humid.
Yeah. It's all stone. It's all worked stone. So you're not in a cave or a cavern, at least not a natural one. This is all worked stone.
Fair. I'm gonna get my 10-foot pole out. I'm gonna start poking. I'll take point. Now we're deeper in. I'm like a little paranoid.
Yep. So you should see the map there to the right of the other one. I just kind of put them all on one page, just revealing as I go. So there are 2 stone doors, right and left. In front of you, just a wall. It's not a door. And you see more of those platforms. There's, give me a second here. Let me describe this. Okay. So again, you've got platforms. In this case, in the middle of the room, and there's just one platform. There's nothing in them. But they do have the little indentations like you're supposed to put something in them.
I'm gonna try and put 3 more fruit in them.
Okay. You're going to try and judge it to be the same weight as those balls before?
No, because I'm just gonna try and see, like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'll try that pattern. I know that pattern already,
Okay.
so I just try from the rest of my fruit, try
Yeah,
and find like similar.
Just make me a luck check. Say high or low to see if you've got adequate
Always
weighing
high,
fruit.
baby. Always high.
Okay.
Nice. I'm down 3 more fruit. This is upsetting, but also we're progressing, so
Okay.
I guess it's a good sacrifice. You all owe me.
Yeah.
So
This was good quality fruit.
the wall to the left slides open, revealing another room.
I'm going to, for the sake of science, switch the order around and see if the other door opens.
Same weight? No, the other one doesn't open.
Okay.
Science, bitch.
Oh, it's the weight of the combined thing, not the weight of each individual. Okay, cool. I learned something. All right, cool. We'll just put it back so the left door opens again and start poking.
Okay.
for traps.
Again, it's just a slight L, and then you're faced with another stone door, another one of these altars with the divots in it. The interesting thing in this one is where the stone door descends, you have the bottom half of a skeleton, like the door descended and fell upon someone.
Mm.
Ah. So
Is it still fully intact?
It is a skeleton, but it is intact. Yeah. And so there's
just
no
gonna-
meat left on it.
Just gonna lean down and be like, "Oh man, I'm sorry about your luck, buddy."
I have a weird emotional reaction. Missing our companion from the first adventure when we were in that tower.
Mm-hmm.
Did somebody get crushed by a door?
So several
No.
minutes go by as you're looking around, and that door doesn't close.
Okay.
So I assume you left. You didn't say you removed the fruit that you put in it.
No,
so you
I'm
left-
just
yeah.
leaving them there.
Mhm. So you're faced with another stone door and another one of these altars.
something I want to try, given that it's weight based,
Mhm.
surely you should just be able to put your 3 fingers on there and just push enough weight down that you can trigger it. Yeah, right. So you can at least open the door and see what's there.
Hmm.
And then
So
you
you're
can
gonna
take
try
off
it on
and see
this
if the-
new one?
Yeah, may as well.
Okay.
And we could go back to the door and pick the balls and fruit.
Hmm.
Yeah. This is going to get very expensive in terms of fruit and jade circles. So I just want to see if I can. Well, if you want to do that, I'm going to try it.
Try it.
Okay, I want 2 rolls. For one, give me just a luck roll, say high or low.
Ha! We'll go with this high.
Okay.
Yes.
Now give me an intelligence check.
Ooh. Okay.
Oh.
It seems to be a specific amount of weight, as Darby had confirmed. The mechanism is actually quite advanced. It is a very specific amount of weight. So if you're too light or too heavy, it doesn't seem to do anything.
Yeah.
And you're not
So
able to
should be able to
work
go-
out exactly how much weight.
Yeah, I'll go back at the door
Mm-hmm.
to pick the balls.
So you're going to go back up the stairs, pick the balls out. So do you take the fruit as well, or just the balls?
I'll take just the balls.
Okay.
Oh no, I'll bring all
of it?
All of it, yeah.
All right, you bring all of it down. You wait a few moments to see if that door up top closes, and it does not.
Oh.
All right.
Hefty.
Okay, so you've got 2 sets of usable, we'll call them keys now.
Great. So, am I able to figure out where to put them in the holes?
Make me an intelligence check.
Oh, I'm not smart. Oh,
Yep. So you put the balls in, you mix them up, you try some of the fruit, and you're not able to. Which one are you doing it in, by the way? Are you doing it in? Where's my? Are you doing it in this room, or are you doing it back in this room?
Assume we're doing this in 4. I'm
Doing this in
assuming.
4?
I don't know. Darby, are you?
Okay.
It's the only one that doesn't have weights in it right now, so.
Okay. So if you mix and match, you don't seem to be able to get it just right. But if you put all 3 of the jade or all 3 of the fruit in the depressions, it seems like it's the exact amount of weight, and it will open the door. But you're not quite able to figure out like exactly, to mix and match.
Now, if you take them back out again, does it all just slam shut, or does it just casually close?
Actually, right now, if you take them out, the doors are staying open, or it's a much longer timer.
Okay.
Nothing is closed since you got in through the initial front door. Nothing is closed since.
Oh. Sally forth.
All right, but as this door opens, as you figure it out, the other half of the skeleton that was bisected by the door is here. And as the door opens up, the top half of the skeleton kind of raises itself off the ground and starts scuttling towards you, like almost like an insect, incredibly fast. Dion, roll me a d6 for your side. We'll check for surprise. No, you're
4.
not surprised. So let's have Jeff. Why don't you roll for your side? Roll a d6. Is anybody casting?
Not as a casting. I don't know I don't think we ever sorted out if it counts as anything. But I'm turning undead.
You're gonna try and turn it in. Okay.
I rolled a 5.
Simultaneous.
Oh,
All right.
Yeah.
Since we don't really have
Does-
an idea of what the marching order is, I'm just gonna roll randomly.
Does turn undead count as a spell from the point of view of casting and stuff?
Yeah, if you want to turn undead, just tell me that you're casting and that you're turning undead. So yeah,
Okay.
that'll
So,
be
yeah.
fine. So it is going to get its attack off before you can turn your undead, though. So Jeff, it scurries across the floor, using its hands like legs, leaps up, and attacks you.
I actually have to open the book now to see what the damn thing is.
PC 1.
Oh!
Ouch.
Ow.
I think a 20 is going to hit you.
Yeah.
Guess so.
All right. Like, it's clawing at your face. It's trying to stick its
Ow.
fingers into your eye sockets. Its teeth are just ripping it, trying to eat your face off. 8 points of damage as it just tears chunks of flesh off your face. All right, Jameis, you can try and turn it.
Okay. 6. Yep. So that was to see if I was successful. So I picked up 8 hit dice of creature, and I automatically destroy 1 or 2, level 1 or 2, automatically turn 3 or 4. And if he is level 5, I also.
So
turn
if
him,
you
but not
destroy
until
level
6.
1 or 2,
Yep.
it just basically falls into a pile of bones at Darby's face after
Nice.
after
go.
half consuming his
After.
cheeks, going after his eyeballs.
Yeah, let me get some of that for
Thank
you.
you.
Have it get a d6 plus 1 to cure light. I'll let you roll it because you're the one who.
Yeah, go ahead and roll it, Jeff. D6
Yeah.
plus 1. And then everybody roll me a D6. Everybody.
So you get 6 points.
Terrible. Terrible.
Thank you.
Four.
What's wrong with your face, man?
I was born this way.
Not you. Yeah, I mean,
Oh.
you look pretty terrible too, but
I know.
I rolled a 5.
All right. Galen, you saw how the creature was propelling itself on its hands, and you're looking around. There's a bit more dust down here, so there's not much airflow. And you realize that the thing had been making a circuit. Okay, so on the map, see the arrow?
Mm-hmm.
That traces the route the upper half of that skeleton has been moving. And you notice it's going up and around the corridor. Now,
Okay.
here to the right is another altar and another stone door.
Uh-huh. And can we see what's up here? Just because that's.
Yeah, just a corridor that goes up, and it hangs a.
Turns. Yeah.
Yep.
Huh.
If you want to just poke your head
What?
across, it ends in another stone door and another set of the altar.
I was kind of hoping that the arrows would sort of slip slightly past you. Whee! You step on them.
Okay. So if you, let's say you didn't look at this whole loop down here yet, okay? So I revealed it, but let's say you stopped just to see that the trail went around this way.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, well, since we know, well, that skeleton was making a path around, and we can see the path, so we know that that is at least safe. So we can follow the path around and see what our options are. I suggest.
where was the other half of the skeleton?
So
On
the
the
bottom half
over
was
there.
in room 4,
Four.
and the top half was in room 6.
4. Right, okay.
Yeah. It got bisected by the door.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, I guess that must have happened recently, I guess, from the other
Well,
group.
Not that
Oh.
recently, because there was no flesh left on it. It was just bone.
Right. I'm not thinking that it was a member of the Red Company. I am thinking that it is like a defense that was here. And that the Red Company opened this door and then it just shut on them after the time ran out. Because I don't know how else, I mean, what else have the Red Company been doing?
ooh. How many blades were left, or even knives were left in that armory room? I see.
There were a dozen knives and a dozen blades. I took 4 knives and I took 1 blade.
Before we go much further, I suggest we go and get some of those and try to at least somewhat jam the mechanism. Even if we can't stop it, we can at least slow it down. So if it does start closing, we go, wait, we know it's closing. We have a bit more time rather than it just closing.
Sure.
Darby,
was-
you know about these mechanisms. Would that help? Would that work? Or will they just smash those knives without even noticing?
I'll give that one to you, Darby. Yeah, the flint knives and the obsidian swords won't stand up to this, foot thick stone wall from slamming shut.
Okay. Oh well.
Skeleton could hold it though.
Well, no, it couldn't actually. That was quite obvious.
All right. So, yeah. So what do you do? So you got a stone door to the left. You've got a corridor that goes somewhere up ahead of you to the north, and then you've got this path that this half of a
yeah.
skeletal creature was crawling around.
So, yeah, so I recommend we follow the path around because we know that is safe in terms of the skeleton's been there, so it would have activated anything already.
Safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, safe.
I'm gonna, I'll take point with my poker and start poking through the hallway as I go.
All right. So you're a point. Who's in the rear? Those are the only two positions I really need to know. Point and rear.
Yeah, I'll watch the rear.
Are you gonna watch the rear? Okay.
Yeah.
So when you round this corner, that big skeleton on the map there is actually a thing. It's a giant crystal skull that completely blocks the passage. Its mouth is open to a width of about 3 feet, revealing a row of jagged teeth that look to be very sharp. The only way to continue through this passage is to crawl through the skull's mouth.
Yeah, no.
You can see, since you know what you're looking for, you can see that the skeleton body did crawl through it, and his trail continues along the other end.
Do the teeth, are they part of it or do they look removable?
They're part of the crystal skull.
Does it look like the skull moves, for example?
Make me, everybody that wants to know that, roll me a d6.
I mean, everybody wants to know that.
Roll me a d6. Everybody roll me a d6.
3.
No.
Yeah, probably not. Radnor the useless today.
No one made that check. Oh my gosh.
I rolled a 3.
Doesn't, usually it's a 1 in 6 chance unless you're particularly good at something.
Yeah.
But it doesn't appear to, but none of you know for certain. Like, if you look at the jaw, there doesn't seem to be any movable part there. It all seems to be cast out of this block of crystal. As far as you can tell, it doesn't move.
How big was that crystal skull in the other room?
Size of a normal human head. This one is huge. It fills the whole passage.
Just out of interest, and because it's always a stupid idea, I'm just going to put my hand in there and bring it back out again.
Yeah, and nothing happens. But you do find that you have to be fairly careful. Again, the mouth that's agape is about 3 feet, top row of teeth to bottom row of teeth, and they are razor sharp. So like crawling through there, even if they don't move, is going to take a little bit of care to do, to not cut yourself just from how they are.
What if we low ropes course trust carried someone through? You ever do those in those trust exercises where you lift up someone from the floor and then
The sea drops you to be impaled on the teeth.
yeah, this is for yesterday, fucker.
I thought it was a time for more of your fruits to put them on
Put
top
them
of
in
the teeth.
so they bite down
I
and
was
break.
more thinking we get some of those robes or the pellets or something and put them on the teeth, but I don't know. At least provide some padding.
Well, he said they're razor sharp, so I feel like they
Yeah, well, razor sharp is different from it
You know
will cut
what?
the robes as soon as you put any pressure on it. It
I
may do.
have-
It may do. I don't know. That's why
I
you
have-
test it.
I have fur. Fur's pretty thick, right? I'm gonna line the bottom
of it.
row of teeth with all the furs I found.
Now you can't be carrying furs don't compact very well, but I will say you have a few.
Okay,
If
yeah.
you
I'll
want to
take
do
Come on, we
that,
just want to test it for now
Yeah.
anyway, just to see what it does.
if you
So
want to
put
do
it on,
that, they are
put a
properly
bit of pressure
prepared
on and see if it-
furs. So they're essentially, it's leather on the bottom with the fur on the top. They've been properly cured. If you lay it across and kind of test it, you shatter some of the teeth.
Oh,
Nice.
Very
Okay.
brittle then.
Can I just break the rest of the teeth?
Yes.
now
Yep.
are the shouts of the teeth even more
Top
sharper
row
than the
too?
teeth?
go through and just bash out all the teeth.
Okay. And these shards, like
They're
do they
really
just-
sharp shards.
They
Yes.
are. Okay. So I'm gonna brush the shards off onto the ground with the fur. Kind of do that, and then shake the fur off to the side.
You know, have a
little, and-
less menacing skull that just will gum you to death, apparently, because it's got no teeth.
Wow, that was useful. Okay.
I'm tempted to say 100 bits for me to go through right now to those watching.
I'm gonna take a little bit of a step back and just Hadouken right through.
Humble.
Yeah, nothing happens. You get through. You see the passage on the other side. You can now see the dirt disturbance in the trail where the skeleton's body had did, using its arms to propel itself, and it makes a curve at the very end where there is another stone door, but there's no plinth or altar there this time.
Ah. Oh, I'm going to go through after him, so I'm going to have a look as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nothing happens.
Yeah.
Nothing moves to gum you to death. It's
Then go and have a look at that, and just does it seem like the skeleton turns around there, or does it seem like it just continues on through?
so like there's a big hole in the back of the skeleton's head, and it just opens up into the passage
No.
behind it.
The skeleton that crawled through.
Oh, okay. What about it?
Does it seem like it turns around there, or does it seem like it just went through? Like
You
the
can't
door
tell.
wasn't there?
The path ends at the door.
Yeah, but I'll be able to tell if there's scuff marks that indicate it turned around.
Oh, no, it has traced this path many times. Like it's gone back.
Yeah, so did it turn here is the point?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I was trying to get to. All right. What I am suspecting is that these things are like a one-way system. Like you go through this door here, and it'll lead to somewhere around, possibly circling back to here, and go through here, circle around. Like you go through here, and it'll circle around somehow back to here. That's what I'm suspecting. But don't know where the hell we're trying to go.
Well, we also have extra
like a thing.
fruits and stuff,
this
so we can
way,
open
which
two
is
paths at
around
once and make it a
to-
little easier.
Yep.
So, because we have, okay, let me think real quick. We have a set right here currently.
Yep.
And then, do we still have a set in here?
No one's removed anything except from the level
So
above you.
far, everything's still open,
Okay,
so we
so
could
there's
potentially take a set out and be fine for
So there's still one more set that we can use, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So why don't we put it? Did we put anything in here yet?
No.
I mean, we can just go back. So I just say we backtrack here and just slowly make our way through. So we clear it all out, make sure we don't miss anything. We'll probably figure out a
Sounds good.
pattern of doors
So,
as we go.
Room
but-
6, you put the fruit here in room.
Yeah.
Okay. And so what happens is this opens. If I can get the right tool. This opens, showing you another. Come on. Reveal area, please.
Enhance.
wonder if they're like the priests go around the top way, so you're behind the skull, and then the supplicant comes on the
Okay,
wall.
so it opens,
I want to ask the skull a big question. And you go, oh yes, we the skull will have answered this thing.
revealing a room with another a stone door. There is not an altar in front of the stone door, but the other thing that happens is this door opens, the one behind it, this one, closes.
Oh, great. Airlock.
Well, we
Even
knew that was
with
gonna happen at some
the
point.
thing in there. Okay. Alright. And there's nothing in this room?
Do you want to go into the room? It doesn't appear like there's anything in there, but
Is anyone with me right now, or am I soloing in here?
you're in the lead. But I mean, everyone else is around.
Alright, they're
near you.
nearby. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
go in. I'm gonna have my shield up and like.
I would have suggested we go look at number 13 first.
I mean, can I just check the room out while I'm right here? At least, I mean, it won't.
Yeah, you want
Oh, you're
to
just, you're just
check
looking
it
around
out.
the room, is that what you're doing?
So you walk into
Yeah,
the room.
Right in here.
Rectangular room, doesn't appear to be anything in it. There is a stone door at the end of the room that's closed. There is no pillar there at all. Did you want to
Okay.
search the room?
Yeah, I'll give a search real quick.
Roll me a d6.
It's just a d6. Okay. 3.
Okay. You don't find anything, but you're in there for a few minutes as you search it. floor to ceiling, looking about. The room starts to shake and rumble.
I get out of the room.
Okay.
I
Make
just
me a
dodge
dex
roll out.
check.
Shake.
Oh no. Oh no. Dex check. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Ah, success.
You leap out of the room, back where everyone else is. The room behind you continues to rumble and shake, but nothing else is really happening. It's just rumbling. Darby,
Perhaps you're
Darby,
supposed to lie on the ground and massage you.
roll me a d6, Darby. Okay. No,
6.
no particular insights.
I'm gonna take the fruit out. Because I mean, I don't know anything about any of this
Yep.
stuff.
You
but
take the fruit
I-
out, the door does
Yeah.
not close.
Oh.
And the other one doesn't open.
Nope.
Oh,
Oh no.
dude,
Itching
buy your
nose.
fruit.
I think
Damn
I
you.
broke it. Alright, well, I took it out. There's one other pedestal, so I think we should go up there and open it and hope that we can
Yep.
find our way out.
Worst case, we're trapped in here for 12 new characters.
Yeah, we'll find each other eventually. Maybe one of us ate the rest and survived.
So Rednor survived is what you're saying.
Yeah. I'd let Radnor eat me first. It's fine.
All right, so behind this door, another corridor, and putting the fruit in does open it. So the south corridor leads you to the other side of the stone door from that
Is
room
that-
you were in, and
and
you're
it's
now
shut?
hearing behind. So you're on this side of it. So
Yeah.
you're on this side of it. You can hear the rumbling has intensified, and you can hear the sound of stone, like just crunching and cracking from behind that door. Now,
Wow.
I think I fucked it up because we have multiple doors open. Because that one shut that still had weight in it. And I think we're supposed to like take it out and keep going. Like a one way, like you said before. And I think maybe the mechanism, maybe I broke something.
Oh, and that's a one-way door that we can't open.
yep. And so this at the other end of the corridor is another stone door, but this one doesn't have an altar to open anything with.
I'm just going to try pushing the door from this side. So look, see if it does anything.
It's very solid. I mean, you know from seeing the door slide that each of
Yeah.
these stone blocks is about a foot thick of
Yeah,
very
but they're
dense
also
stone.
really finely counterweight, and I'm just
Yep.
wondering if you do it on the side that doesn't have the pedestal, was it
Mhm.
weighted such that you can just move it?
On the map, you kind of see these areas right next to the door right here. See that?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah,
what's
that's where
going
the
on is the
sliding
door is
is.
sliding into a niche. So they're
Hmm.
not opening forward or backwards, they're sliding out of the way.
Yeah, so I try to push
Yeah.
it to the side and just, but no, it's not.
Yeah,
balanced
it's
enough.
very, very solid.
Well, we're hosed.
I mean, that is the only way we have of going forwards now. Pushing
No.
everybody pushing together on a door
Yeah,
to open
yeah.
it. So
Well, that room is rumbling more. I wonder if there's a way to.
but
Then
we
we
can
have
see
to
where it comes out.
go back and put the stones into 7 to see if what the state of that room is. So,
Right.
Alright.
So if you go back around and look, this room is now filled with stones. It looks like the ceiling collapsed.
Oh.
Oh.
Ouch.
The door
Well,
door
speaking of
here is
stones,
still
are
open.
there 3 stones that happen to be a nice sort of shape and weight that we can make?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the door is
door's
open
still
here. This
Uh-huh.
door is still closed here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the door's open. I'm gonna look in the room now because it's not rumbling anymore.
It's
right?
not, but it is filled with stone from the ceiling that just collapsed in on this room.
Okay.
Hey,
Hmm.
I could mitigate it a little, but I'm not going to.
So.
Oh, just listen. This width of this bit here looks thinner than the width of the door itself. So you go in from the back of it and then sort of open up where it slides into it. So that's where the mechanism is. We took the mechanism that way.
yeah. I'll look around.
I was gonna say, Darby, if you want to maybe check this side of the doors and see if there's anything,
Yeah, the one.
or all the
in-
way up here.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll check it.
Okay. Yeah. So roll me a d6, Darby. If you enter the room with all the rubble.
Yeah.
There you
roll
go.
it too.
You can actually see some exposed mechanisms. This room was a trap. So you looking at it, you could tell that the ceiling was designed to fall in. Looking at how old the mechanism and everything is, likely a sea got lucky. It was probably supposed to collapse when the room first started rumbling, but something stuck somewhere, and it took a while for it to actually collapse. So he lucked out.
Hey, you are lucky.
Woohoo!
Also, we must be idiots because
Hmm.
nobody else has set off that trap in the thousands of years that it's been here. So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, come on, Richard. Always look on the bright side of life.
And
Yes, we
and
are the
does
first
the
idiots to do that. Huzzah!
the door leading to 7B? Is
It's
it
still
open?
intact. It's closed. Still intact though.
Okay, I'll look around this door to see if there is a mechanism to open it.
Yeah. I mean, you're having to climb through rubble, but as far as you can tell, there's not, at least not in this room. Something else must trigger this door elsewhere.
Okay.
And right now, it's not going to open. Looking at the extent of damage to this room, it's probably not going to be able to slide back into its niche. That niche is probably full of rock.
Okay.
Hmm.
Mm.
All right. So we have 3 rocks on us that are on this pedestal right now. Those are the only ones we have access to. This pedestal right here at 7 opened the trap room, and that door is still open. This is shut and seems to be stuck shut. This has no way to open. This one has no way to open.
Okay, so after you opened this room,
Yeah.
you have seen this door, knowing that it's closed. You haven't gone back to look if this door opened.
Up here.
Yep.
You know what? Yeah, let's go backtrack and just
mean-
double check.
Yeah. And
Here
sure
we go
enough,
with the GM is
Yeah.
subtly hinting us.
yeah. And sure enough, that's exactly what happens. Is this
Yeah.
one is now open.
Okay.
That makes little to no sense.
I made sure before I went back that I took the rocks off 13.
We can justify it by saying we heard some other door moving about from that direction.
Yeah, it's actually difficult because if they're timed, like, so as you're hearing one open, if another one is opening somewhere else or closing somewhere else, that noise is going to be disguised because the mechanisms are all much lower, and so the reverberation's all over the place.
And also, given nothing else, we probably would have just wandered around and just double checked things anyway. We would have come. We would
Yeah,
have.
that was the next thing, is to check over there.
So when this door opens, there is a huge round area in here. It's like cathedral type ceilings. They go 50 feet into the air above you. 10 feet above, and it's about a 50-foot area all around. In the middle of the room, there's a flat stone pedestal. It's about 3 feet in diameter, 2 feet high. There are 3 3-inch, so slightly larger, jade spheres on this table.
Right.
It's just a table. It's not like a thing where it's depressing down.
It
with
looks
the
like
weight.
the same thing. There's this little niches that
Okay.
each of these jade balls rests in, but this is a larger table and the spheres are larger.
Let's take them. I'm guessing follow suit of what we've been doing.
Is there anything else in this room? I mean,
There is something at the far end. It looks like there used to be a tunnel there, but it's collapsed, freshly collapsed.
We're talking up here.
Yeah.
Okay. And this is a door, or
It's another stone slab door.
okay. So yeah, I'll take the jade off the pedestal.
Okay, you take the jade off the pedestal. You hear the rumbling again as this door. Oh, man, what is going on with my reveal area token?
Oh no, it ceases to exist.
This opens. Everybody, not everybody. Bill, roll me a d6.
All right.
Good.
Ah, your
Fine.
party is surprised.
Oh, well, that's bad.
As something rushes out of that room as soon as the door opens.
I don't think the Red Company came this way.
Is it the red company?
Slamming into a sea.
Ow.
You should not be rolling a d5, by the way. You should only be rolling a d4. Because I have my cannot be targeted by random events thing.
Oh, I can still, but to see if I roll on you, then. Oh, no, I see what you mean. Yep. I'm still going with it. It hits a C.
No, I'm just.
I have an AC of 5.
Right. You don't get your dex bonus because you're surprised.
Okay,
So
so
that's going
less
to
than
hit.
that.
Yeah. And. Oh, wow.
Oh no.
So what hits you is it is a creature that stands about 7 feet tall, made of bones. And I don't mean like it is a skeleton. Like it has many bones woven into it. It has 4 sets of arms, 2 heads, 2
It's an
legs.
amalgamation.
It's a golem
Okay.
made out of bones.
Oh,
No,
that's
both
terrible.
Do we feel like this is do I feel like this is a living creature, or is this like an undead?
It could
I'm going
be.
to try and turn undead anyway.
It-
So
It seems to be a construct. It's created with the
Okay.
bones of the dead.
It's not a living creature. Okay.
yeah, golem be
7
like that.
points of damage as the
Oof.
2 of the arms wielding swords just do a little cut and dice at you. The other 2 hands are grasping bits of rock, like from the falling ceiling that's been happening, and chucks them to either side of you guys. So your ability, Richard says, you can't be the target of a surprise attack. Is that what it is?
No, it says magic tooth. Random bad things happen. It can't happen to you.
Okay, can't happen to you. All right, good enough. So 1 rock is going to be hurled at Darby. 1 rock is... they're both being hurled at... They don't like dwarves.
Here, you like rock so much, have some.
It hurts. That's right.
1 hits.
Oh.
Not much damage. 2 points of damage as a bit of rock slams you between the eyes. Okay, that was the surprise round. Full round. Richard, why don't you roll for your side?
Because I can't roll much better than a 5.
Okay. Is anyone casting? Jameis, you said you're going to try and turn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. You guys go first. So turning.
Right. I don't know if it'll do anything.
Yeah.
10 hit dice.
It is
Do I kill
not
it?
undead.
Okay, I had to try.
It is not undead. Yes, you had to try. So who wants
Go.
next? So
I'll throw a
see, it's
dagger
all
at
up
it.
in your face. Darby had a rock thrown at him. Bill, what do you want?
I'm gonna throw a dagger at it.
Okay.
Find my little dagger skill here.
It hits.
Nice.
Yeah. It seems to puncture into some of the bits that are used to string the skeleton together with, or the skeletal parts together with. You don't know if it hurt it, but that dagger stuck in there real good.
Right. Okay.
Okay, who wants next?
Um,
I'll
I
strike
will-
it.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Go for it, Darby. So you're going to rush in and do some melee with it?
Yeah, with my sword.
Okay. That hits. That's a
Ooh,
lot
nice.
of damage.
Good.
Okay. You crack and shatter some bone. You think you might have heard it, but it doesn't. It's a construct. It's not giving you any kind of reaction to what's going on. But you did shatter some bone there. Next.
Great.
I'm gonna take my frying pan. Just glistens. In
Okay, I'm
black
I'm
and
going
white.
to do some editorial here. You reach for your frying pan and your hand just grips the hilt of that ebony sword, short sword, and you just want to use it.
All right, I do want to use it. In fact, it's brand new, and I like it. So I'm gonna
Nice.
take the obsidian blade and yeah.
Oh.
That's terrible, man.
There.
Wow.
Roll a
Oops.
d4.
Too
Okay.
enthusiastic. Too enthusiastic.
Take 2 points of damage.
Okay.
As the sword, you just do this overly extended sweep, and the sword just kind of rushes back and bites you. This is player knowledge, not character knowledge. Now you are in possession of a cursed sword.
Okay.
You cannot choose to get rid of it.
Right.
Okay, it has to be uncursed. You always want to go to it first as your primary weapon.
Okay.
You're at a negative to hit with it. -1, so
Oh.
it's 1 worse for you to hit with it.
Okay.
If you fail to hit, it does damage to you.
Okay.
Ouch.
Despite all this, you really want to use it.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so that leaves Fig Jam.
I'm just pulling out my dagger this round. Going, what?
Hmm?
I'm really not very.
You can interact with an object and attack at the same round if you want.
Yeah, I really don't know that I want to though. I don't
Okay.
want to try and stick it with my tiny dagger.
All right, that's fine. It goes with its 4 attacks. It's going to take 2
Oh
on
my
a C
God.
with both of its sword
So the
arms.
fact that a sea is in the cloak and wearing the blade doesn't stop the golem. Interesting. Or it's focusing on a sea because it's wearing the cloak.
Oh,
Both hit.
Ooh,
this isn't good.
Oh my god.
ooh.
Okay.
4 points of damage.
Total, even with it being a crit.
There's no crits in this.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. Okay. Okay.
Okay, it's going to hurl a stone at Darby. And Darby. He grabs 2 more stones up and hurls them at Darby.
Darby's a melee with it.
Oh,
He
you're
is a
right.
melee with it.
Cannot. So instead, he's going to bash Darby with the 2 stones in its hand. Use them as clubs.
Well.
I'm helping.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my
man.
god.
Oh my god!
DM's rolling high tonight.
Ouch.
TPK
Yeah.
imminent.
Remember, we do have a lot of rolls to get hit points and stuff.
Only 4
Yeah,
points of damage. The rocks make terrible weapons. They kind of crumble when they hit you.
Okay. Well, I'm still
That's its
38.
attacks.
Okay.
So, new round. Actually, Bill, yeah, you threw your dagger at. So, new round. Bill, why don't you roll for your side?
Alright.
Anyone casting?
I am casting.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm casting.
No.
Okay. It goes first.
I just shouldn't roll anything today.
1 sword attack on a C. Miss. 1 sword attack on Darby. What's your AC, Darby?
1.
Okay, it's going to hit.
Yeah.
Just a point of damage, glancing point of damage. With its other 2 hands, it is going to pull 2 obsidian daggers out of a back pouch,
Possibly one out of its own body.
and he's going to throw them. One at Galen, and one to Bill.
Oh.
Galen, that's going to hit.
Ouch.
Take 4 points of damage.
No, I don't want to.
14. What's your AC, Bill?
8.
That hits. Take 5 points of damage, and that disrupts your spell.
Yeah.
Ow.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, that's its turn. So 2 people were say they were casting. So Fig Jam, you can still cast. You weren't damaged.
All right. I have no idea whether this will work. I am casting continual light on it, which counts as blinding a creature. So I'm
Sure.
casting it on its eyes, but I don't know if it's got more than one set of eyes or anything.
It has 2
Or
heads.
even.
Yeah,
So,
so
yeah.
it has 2 heads. So,
Target fails a saving spell versus. Sorry, a saving throw versus spells.
okay.
That's it.
So that'll basically be you can cast it on 1 head because it would have 2
Yeah.
targets. It would fail its save, so 1 head's blinded.
All right.
Okay. And not that it matters. Maybe everyone did choose to put the clothing on, right? I remember
No.
Dion
didn't.
handing the clothing
No.
out.
I never
No,
put the clothing
I
on.
wasn't even in the room when he did
Okay.
that. So I'm just,
Oh yeah.
I am not dressed like that.
Okay.
I'm not either.
Okay.
I am.
He is.
I was too.
Okay.
So,
So
a
that's
fairly even
spells.
split.
Jeff, what does Darby want to do? You're in combat with it.
Oh, yeah, I'll strike with my sword.
Okay. You can take +2 because now without its other head being able to see, you've got 2 attackers on it, so you get your flanking bonus.
It's 2.
AC
AC 4.
4. Nope, that misses.
Oh.
Okay. Dion.
Yeah.
Okay, that hits even with the modifier. 4 points of damage. It shatters some bones. You think you're starting to whittle it down, if nothing more than if you break enough of it, it won't be able to move or attack. But there's still a
Alright.
lot of mass left. Radnar, your spell was interrupted. Do you want to default to something else?
Can I? Well, I don't want to throw a dagger since he's in melee. So no, I'm just gonna duck behind something.
Take cover!
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty much.
Galen? Mace attack, that's a miss with a 4.
I didn't factor in any kind of range or anything. Flanking anything.
Okay, so well, 4. You get flanking, so that actually would hit. So damage is 7 points. Okay, hold on, 7.
Mm-hmm.
You take a mighty swing at it, which shatters some more bone. It actually, one of its pairs of arms is no longer functioning, and it looks like it's barely holding together right now. But it continues the
Sweet.
attack. Next round, Jeff, roll for your side, and is anyone casting?
Not. I
No.
rolled a 4.
I'm using a wand.
Simultaneous.
Simultaneous.
All right, so it's going to have, it's basically 2 attacks on a C, 1 attack on Darby. A C, that's a sword attack that misses. Sword attack that hits. 4 points of damage. Darby hits 3 points of damage, and its other arm is shattered. No more attacks. Bill, you're using a wand? Which wand?
Yeah. Let's see. What is this one? Here. All right. I have a. No, I'm sorry. It's not a wand. It's the ring of magic missiles.
Oh,
and
sure.
you
Yeah.
want from it.
Yeah.
And I believe that's just one missile, right?
It's cast as a level 3. All right, hold on. No, I said that what we were doing it is to keep it up with whatever it was. What level were you when you got it? I think you were 4th level.
Yeah.
Okay, so just mark that there if you want to. So treat it as if you were a 4th level magic user.
So that's 2 missiles.
It's
No,
still
it's
1.
No, it's still
Still one,
1.
okay.
Yeah. 2 points. Yeah. So some more bone shatters. It is looking less coherent. Who wants next?
Oh, and I'm gonna hide after I fire it.
Okay.
And duck back.
A C or Darby? You guys are both in melee with it.
Yeah, there's 3 of us in melee.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
actually.
Get him. I'm gonna get him.
No.
Misses. Darby?
AC 5.
6,
I missed.
5. Well, no. Let's see. Flanking bonus still misses. Yeah, everybody misses.
And I do a D4 to myself.
And you do a D4 to yourself because you missed.
1.
Oh, wow.
Okay. That leaves
I can do
Richard.
if we find out that it's cursed and you want to get rid of it, I can do something about that.
I mean, can I get rid of the curse but keep the sword? It is cool.
No, I can't do that.
It's a cool sword. I can't. Oh well, yeah. I might as well get rid of it.
Sword
It's not very
stays-
functional.
But not yet, and
Yeah.
that's going to be certainly after the combat and stuff. Once
Yeah.
he's finished attacking us.
Because
and chopping
a
us
C,
into
you
bits.
don't realize it's cursed and it's your favorite thing in
Yeah.
the world. So unless they
Yeah,
key
I
in on
love
it, yeah.
Yeah. Well, once it comes up, I do have the ability to deal with it. Just letting you know, as a player
Yeah.
knowledge. That
So Fig Jam, you're the last
you're
one.
not stuck with this forever. Once we realise what's going on.
All right. Well, having blinded one of his heads, then I guess I'm gonna advance in there and melee it as well with
Okay.
my stabbing stick.
Yep. Plus
Oh,
2 to the
wow.
roll because
Be the one
flanking.
person who hits.
I could be.
You hit
Oh,
Nice.
and it shatters. You hit high up on the spine.
Kill, steal, kill, steal,
Yeah.
kill, steal.
Man.
big jam,
Hey.
big jam.
The construct just shatters and stops moving.
I'm gonna kick it.
You see? It's all about knowing where to hit it, not hitting it multiple times.
Oh, great.
Yeah, there you go. And you can now see into the room. Again, there's a stone door, and there is another altar at the far end.
A 2-inch altar or a 3-inch altar?
This is a regular. It's the 2-inch one. Okay.
Okay.
We're time. We're going to go ahead and kill it there for the night, guys. You're making your way through where the Red Company has come before, supposedly.
Apparently. Apparently they didn't leave any trace. I mean, they did a lot
Well,
better
that-
than we did.
That newly destroyed passage is trace of something at least.
Yep.
Unless it was us.
Could have been us.
Oh, okay. So we can actually say that it was not you. Like newly destroyed, as in the rocks and everything are like a few days, maybe longer. Not 5 minutes ago. Like there's not
Right, so
dust in
not
the
from the-
package. Yeah, there's not dust and floating debris, but it is fresh. Okay. Yeah, we'll end there for the night then. Anybody got any pluggables? I know Dion, you've got some.
Yeah. I mean, you can find me playing D&D with a bunch of my internet friends on Tuesday and Friday on Steam Steel Murder. On this coming Monday, I think, on Featherfall. And I always get confused with the every other week. And then this Saturday, we're taking a week off from Spaceship Zero. But next week on Saturdays, you can catch us doing some more Spaceship Zero. On my channel, I am currently playing through Chrono Cross still, and I'm going to be taking on the Dragon Gods, and it's going to suck. So if you want to see me suffer horrendously, please tune in and enjoy my suffering.
It doesn't even have to be horrendous suffering. We just tune in to watch Dion suffer.
It's going to happen. It's going to hurt.
Richard,
Are you baking a cake? Are you out of eggs? Slit your wrists. Because blood can be used as an egg substitute when baking because of the similar protein compounds that they have in there.
the more you know.
If you want to learn more exciting things like that, you can come and see me playing video games over on LMTDTMFFR. Or say it with me now.
Limited time offer.
No
Wow.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Bill, what you got going on with Frog God these days?
Well, July 16th to the 25th, they're gonna have it's basically a celebration of their 1 year of organized play. A bunch of different DMs are gonna be running a bunch of different games. I'm running 2 games that I know of. Sunday, July 18th, I'm running an adventure I wrote called Dude, Where's My Sword? And I don't think signups have gone up for it yet. And then on the 25th, which is a week from that date, I'm running Adventures in Zelkor's Ferry for Fantasy Grounds. That's 5e. So yeah, come over there and check it out.
Sounds good. Jameis, you got a blog or some sort.
Yep, I've got a blog. I'm coming up. I'll be reviewing Black Widow as I get to see it
Ooh.
before almost every single other person on the planet.
Ah,
It's
nice.
a recent, and I'll be seeing it in the theatre too because our country's not a shit show.
Ah, fair enough. Fair enough. Jeff?
Other,
No, sorry. Go ahead. You got something else,
Yep.
Jameis?
no, so otherwise you can find me learning recipe tips from Richard Streams.
Jeff, you got anything?
No, nothing to plug, but I was happy to play tonight.
Yeah, great
glad
to have you back,
back.
Jeff. All right, guys. If you found this channel, then you know we're at twitch.tv/Steam Steel Murder. We stream Tuesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. And check out the podcast at Blue Magic, BLUMAGIK.com. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.